What's going on, guys? So it is currently 3:41, and as you can tell by the title of this video, I am going to be doing a permanent story time. Ignore my hair. Yes, it's greasy. Yes, I know it. Yes, it's annoying me. But I'm going to be getting in the shower here in a little bit, so there you go. Anywho, so here's what happened. Yesterday was Friday. Thursday night, I asked my dad at like 10 o'clock at night. I said, what are we doing tomorrow? He's like, I might take you and your brother to test for your permit. And I was like, yeah, that's exciting. And I studied for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. And then I went to sleep at, I think, 1 o'clock. And then my dad woke me up at like 8:30. It was somewhere in there. It wasn't like exactly 8 or exactly 8:30. It was somewhere in those two times. He's like, it's time to get up, you need to do whatever you gotta do, get ready to go, brush your teeth, blah blah blah. And I was like, I got up and automatically I just started straightening my hair, brushing my teeth, washing my face, getting dressed. I couldn't eat, one, because I was way too excited and nervous, and 3, that was 1 and 2, the third thing is I can't eat as soon as I wake up, especially if I didn't wake up myself. If somebody else woke me up, I can't eat right then. So I went on an empty stomach, which was kind of a mistake because after we had been waiting for like an hour, my stomach started making noises. So eat before you go. But we get there, it's like 45 minutes away. And we go in and like we wait in line, and we get up there and we get the clipboard and everything with the piece of paper on it that I have to fill out. My brother gets one he has to fill out. We fill them out and they give us a number. They're like, hold on to your clipboard and everything until we call your number. I'm like, okay. Well, whenever we walked in, I was K806. They called K805. I was like, oh god, I'm next. I haven't even got my paper filled out. But they like went from K805 to like D114, I think. So that's why I had to wait an hour after I filled out a piece of paper. But they finally called my number and told me like which counter to go to. I think I was at number 3. Well, they told me counter 2, like over the thing. But then whenever I got up there, they're like, come to counter 3, and I was like, okay. The lady asks to see my birth certificate, the letter from the school, my dad's license, and we were adopted, so we gave them the adoption papers and the name change papers, which, if you live in Tennessee, I mean, if you're adopted, just like don't take them because they really don't care. They're just like, whatever. Like, she looked at us like, okay. So just like don't even take them. But yeah, so we get there and like she looks at them all and she's like, okay, like I need you to do the vision test. And I was perfectly fine with doing it. I was gonna do it anyway, but I was like, if I can get out of this, great. I was like, I just went to the eye doctor Tuesday and they checked my eyes and everything, I'm fine. And she's like, okay, but I'm just gonna ask you to do this just because we're supposed to. And I'm like, fine. Okay, I did it, and she's like, read row 6, and I'm like, okay, here's how it is: 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then there's a box here, like a rectangle, row 6, rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. In those 3 are 5 letters each, so a total of 15. The first one was for my left eye, the second one was for both eyes, and the third one was for my right eye. The one for the left eye was blurry, I couldn't see it, and I told the lady that, I said, I can't see the first one. She's like, no, read the 6th row. I'm like, I can't see the first one. This is where she's getting frustrated because I had to tell her that like 3 times, and I was like, okay, this girl needs to listen to what I'm saying. And she's like, just read them. I told her I couldn't read that, she didn't understand what I was saying, so I read the second one and the third one, and she's like, there's 3 rows there. I'm like, I know, I can't see the first one. And she goes, oh, okay, look again and tell me what you think there is. And I like told her what I thought they were, and she said you get like 2 right out of 5. So I missed 3, got 2. That's pretty bad. But here's the thing. I didn't tell my dad which thing I told him I couldn't see one of them. He said, let me guess which one. I said, which? He said, your left eye. I said, how'd you know? He goes, because your birth mom, I'm not going to say her name, has trouble with her left eye too. Like, it can be blurry through just this eye, but you close that one, look through this one, it's perfectly fine. I said, that's how it is. And she's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you got that from her. And he said, no matter what she has done, it won't fix. It's just like there. So it'll probably never go away, which is fantastic. It's not. So she's like, since you can't see that first box, here's what's gonna happen. You can either wait and get it to where you can see it and come back and redo the test, or you can go ahead, take the permit test, but if you pass, we can't give you anything, which really made me mad. And I was like, so if I pass, I just like wasted my time. She's like, no, once you finish your test, we're going to give you a piece of paper for you to take to your eye doctor, and you're going to get them to sign it, like on the lines that it has for them to sign. And you're going to bring it back, and when you come back, you're going to have to redo the vision test. And even if you can't see those like 3 letters or whatever, we're going to pass you through the piece of paper, because this piece of paper is basically saying, your eye doctor saying that you can see, you're fine to drive, like whatever, all that stuff. That I won't cause an accident because it's blurry with this eye. At what point will I be driving down the road? Like, never. Like, anywho. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the test because I have to go back to the eye doctor next week. And she goes, okay. And she tells me computer number 1's waiting for you in that room. And I'm like, okay, and I go in the room, I shut the door behind me. I walk over to my computer, and it didn't look like a computer. Whenever I like walked in the door, I was like, keyboard, mouse, nothing. Like, there was no keyboard, there's no mouse. It was just a big old screen in front of my face. I was like, okay. And I kept walking. I walked up to it, and I started to sit down. There was a spider this big. I don't know if anybody else seen it. Like, there's nobody else in the room when I went in there. But I don't know if somebody before me seen it and just ignored it, or made friends with it. I don't know. But I'm terrified of spiders, so I waited for that thing to move. I was like, get out of the way. So I take my test, and it kind of sucked the whole time knowing that even if I passed, I wasn't going to be able to drive that day. That I'd have to wait till next week to be able to drive. So that sucked. But I took my test. I passed. I mean, that's kind of a good thing because I've been studying for like 2 years, waiting for my dad to take me. But the first year he couldn't take me because I was too young. The second year we were just way too busy. So I finished my test. I walk out of the room. I stand right outside the room because like here's the room, and then here's the desk where all the workers are sitting at and like signing people in. And like right here's where they're taking pictures. So pictures are getting taken. I'm standing here. The desk is all through here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh yeah. Like, if you walk straight from the desk area, like the picture thing, it's like the little waiting room. My dad was sitting in the little waiting area. I'm standing outside the door, just, do I let somebody know I'm done? Do I just go sit down? Like, what do I do? And my dad finally, I was waiting for like 5 minutes for him to look over there. And he finally looked, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And he got up, he walked over there toward me. He's like, I don't either. And then the lady's like, you just go sit down and you wait for your name to be called. And I was like, okay. And we go sit down, and no joke, a minute later my brother comes out, which is kind of confusing because I had been in there for like 5 minutes taking my test, because I was reading each question like 2 or 3 times, and then I would read the choices 2 or 3 times. Even if I knew the answer, I was rereading it to make sure I knew for a fact what they were asking. And he went in there, he sat down like 5 minutes after me, and I was taking my test, he was taking his test. I walked out because I was done, and a minute later he walks out. He can tell y'all his story if he wants to, but we go sit down, and after sitting down for 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, they call our names at the same time because they could just tell us both and not waste our time even longer with waiting for the other one to get called. So they call us, they tell my brother if he passed or not, they tell me I passed, and I'm like, hooray, like I wasn't gonna get anything. And the lady's like, yeah, you passed, but we can't give you anything because you have to go to your eye doctor first. And I'm like, I know, trust me, I know. So we left. They gave us the piece of paper for the eye doctor to sign. They gave us the receipt saying that we had been there before and we paid. And then they gave us something else saying that next time I come, I won't have to retake the permit test. I'll just have to do the vision test. And they gave my brother all the papers he needed. And yeah, that was my permit story. Sorry, there's like something on my leg and I just got it. Like, sorry about that. Anywho, so that was my permit story. It's kind of complicated, but next week it'll be like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday sometime whenever I get my glasses. That'll be the next time that I go to the eye doctor. I wish they were open on Saturdays, but they're not, which is very annoying. But yeah, so whenever we go to the eye doctor, we will drive like an hour there, be there for like 15 minutes. My brother will get his glasses, he'll get them like adjusted to his face or whatever. I'll get my glasses, get them adjusted to my face, and then we will leave there and get the piece of paper signed. And then we will leave there, go drive 30 minutes to the DMV, do the vision test, probably fail it because of my left eye, hand them the piece of paper, and get my permit because they will pass me through the piece of paper because the piece of paper is saying I can see, I'm not blind in my left eye. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, comment down below if you have your permit, or if you did get your permit but you've moved on to your license. If your permit story was simple, you passed them both, you got them, or like how did your permit story go? Mine went like this, how this video is saying. I would definitely update y'all on my glasses, and I would definitely update y'all on my permit. I will be going back, so there probably will be a part 2 to this video. But it won't be called Permit Storytime Part 2. It'll just, I don't know what it will be called. It'll probably be based around something else and that just be brought up in it. But yeah. Question of the day I already said. I'll update y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below. Talk to y'all later.